You have 0 of 31. Let's take a look at this list here. Alright. Finish Dim Jungle with the Dragon. Complete routes. 4 extra lives. Save hostages. Just kind of skimming a little bit. Alright. Full magic. 100 score. Reach certain levels. It doesn't specify anything about difficulty in this one, so maybe I could actually try one on easy if the option is there. So Golden Axe was 1989. Golden Axe 2 was 91. Let's see what we're looking at with Golden Axe 3 in terms of date, and let's see how it's evolved. 2 was a notable improvement over 1, I have to say. 2 definitely looked and sounded and played better than 1. Can 3 continue to improve, or is 3 going to be kind of like Double Dragon 3, Streets of Rage 3, where it starts to lose something? 1993. Normal, hard. Let's do normal. They always like to default to attack, jump, magic. That's what I like. Can you give a hot take? Yeah, of course. Of course. No, we only allow groupthink in this channel. This is the internet, Ion. No hot takes allowed. But by all means, please. Why is the logo not centered? I didn't catch that, but now that you brought that up, I really want to see that, because normally I notice that kind of thing. Hold on. Why is the logo not centered? I have to see that. I'm playing, Ion. Please, go ahead. Oh, I gotta see this. Oh my god, ooh, that's points off. It's totally not centered. Wow. All right, now we're going finally from 3 characters. Wait, I thought it was 5. Can you not play as the? Oh, that's weird. I gotta be the lizard beast. You can't apparently play as the dwarf. Now that he's like the narrator. Now that you have been released from the evil curse, your mission is to defeat the Prince of Darkness and return with the Golden Axe. Go now, brave warrior. There's no spaces after the comma. I hate it when games do that. All right. No, Ion, I want to hear your opinion. Death Adder is the only good Golden Axe game. The one game that never saw a console release. I'm not familiar with this at all. There's parallax scrolling in the background. Tell me more. Death Adder, is there a game called Golden Axe Death Adder, or just called Death Adder for a console? Tell me more. I like this panther creature. You said that. Oh, they said that never saw a console release. Was that arcade? Oh, they brought back the little dudes. They made them more like kind of more intimidating dudes in Golden Axe 2. Whoa. Golden Axe, the Revenge of Death Adder. Interesting. I don't know, honestly, though, that that's even really necessarily a hot take. Like, these have been interesting to check out, but I can't say honestly that. I mean, I just started 3, so we'll see. You know how I feel about it, but neither 1 or 2 were really that great. I don't like how this doesn't scroll as I move properly, even though the first 2 games actually got that mostly right. Like 1 wasn't perfect with that, but 2 seemed to have that down, and 3 does seem to. Yeah, they were run-of-the-mill beat 'em ups, for sure. And basically, like, you know, looking at it in the sense that, like, Streets of Rage is like a good beat-em-up, and then you have run-of-the-mill beat-em-ups. This is definitely, I think these are in the run-of-the-mill beat-em-up category. Yeah, the first one I thought was just okay. Maybe the arcade OST is better. But 2 I thought was better. Soundtrack-wise. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa! I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, Brandon, this is the power of 1993. Do I have a guard move that I'm doing that I'm not noticing that I'm doing? I'm trying to kind of figure out my moves here. I will say that, by and large, all 3 Golden Axe games so far do have a pretty muddy palette. I know the Genesis could only display 64 colors at once, but they can still make a more colorful game with better contrasts than this. Like, this does kind of look like barf. The green and brown ground, the green and brown wall. Some of it's maybe kind of an artistic choice, like... Hold on, I feel like I'm kind of doing moves, but not knowing fully what I'm doing. But really, yeah, like, I mean, these games don't look particularly amazing. Like, I don't like how the screen won't scroll with me. Give me meat. An apple. Like, look at this. Look, like, I have to keep walking back and forth. It's kind of annoying. You can't charge and choose how much meter you want to use in this one, which is kind of a step back from 2. I thought that was a cool addition. This is also kind of slow. Yeah. Whoa, that's kind of cool that the shield dude can actually use his shield. First 2 games, it's almost just decorative, you know? It's like, look! The sprite has a large shield! Now they use it to block. Whoa! We got multiple paths. It comes back to me now. It's been a long time since I played these. But... Of course, you know, when you get to the 3rd beat 'em up, it's like, alright, well, we gotta start doing something a little different. Ancient Mount. Map of the East Land. An F? Why did I get an F? What did I do? That was so wrong. It's like, excuse me for not being a pro at Golden Axe 3, first playthrough. Again, very barfy palette. Really not necessary, in my view. What is considered as the best beat 'em up? I would say that Streets of Rage kind of holds the, Streets of Rage 2, probably, if you were to ask. If you were like to do a poll or something. I mean, in general, like, to me, beat 'em ups really coast a lot on nostalgia, because they really are just like walk left to right and beat up dudes, and here's a few grappling moves and a few meter moves, and... You know, they've never been, like, amazing products, but they are nostalgic, and, you know, that does help. But that's not to say... Yeah, Streets of Rage 2 and Bare Knuckle 3, that's a good way to put it. The US version of Streets of Rage 3 was way too difficult, was compromised in some areas. But Japanese original Bare Knuckle 3 is very good, and Streets of Rage 2 is very good. There are some decent Final Fight games. I have a soft spot for Double Dragon 1 on the NES, but I can't say objectively that it's, like, great. Then there's, like, the Turtles games, which are kind of... For some reason, I keep doing some sort of weird move that I'm not understanding how or what I'm doing, where I kind of block. Yeah, like, those games are fun. I can't say they're not fun. It does help kind of that, like, they are helped by their IP and very good presentation. Good visuals, good soundtracks, and the fact that you're playing as the Turtles. Yeah, Simpsons Arcade, I did a achievement playthrough of that not too long ago. That's decent enough. It's like good Konami era. Okay, there we go, magic. Hey, you let that man go. I don't know that I've even played that one. I played one of the beat-em-ups. I think it was a Sunsoft one for the NES. I forget what it's called. The good one. Crap. The one where you fight like the tall clown dudes. Wish I could describe it better. I'll get achievements from that. Can I rescue this dude? The achievements mention something about rescue hostages. Hey, there we go. I'm getting hurt. I should probably see what this move looks like. Whoa. They are kind of slow to transition, which is a little bit off-putting because the first two games didn't have that problem. When you said you had a hot take earlier, Ion, for some reason, because I had just mentioned, like, Double Dragon 3 and Streets of Rage 3 not being as good, I thought you were going to say, I like Double Dragon 3. For some reason, that's what I thought you were going to say. Because every once in a while, there is someone that likes that game. I have heard of people. I have heard of such creatures on this earth that like Double Dragon 3. Okay. You're free. At 4. Whoa, 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 whoa. 50,000? You got 50,000 Double Dragon? I don't have my soundboard up right now. It's usually not convenient to use the soundboard with RetroArch. Because you have to, like... I have to keep the soundboard highlighted. Like, but I have to keep RetroArch highlighted. So it just ends up not being worth it. I usually only have that up when I'm playing on, like, on actual hardware. I feel like I'm gonna die soon. Continue, yes. Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, I don't think that would help too much. I mean, having a Steam Deck would be cool. Don't get me wrong. If someone teleported a Steam Deck into my hands, I'd be like, sweet! I don't really want to buy one, but I do think that they seem cool. No, oh, a Stream Deck. What is what's a Stream Deck? I don't know what you're talking about. I thought you were talking about Steam Deck. Okay, this is getting annoying. It's a little device that has little hotkeys. Oh. That could be useful. Yeah. I'm curious. Sorry, I skimmed that as Steam Deck while I was playing. The one thing, speaking of Steam Deck, the one thing that I do wish that there was an option is I wish there was a Steam Deck model with an OLED screen. That would be pretty fucking awesome. I have to say that the one thing about it that does kind of have me hesitant about it is it doesn't seem like the screen is that great. Obviously, it's a lot more powerful than something like the Switch. And you can play, like, Steam games on the go, and that's cool. And it does utilize, like, some form of variable refresh rate, which is also cool. So if you can, like, lock a game to 40 FPS or something, you know, that's cool to have that option. But yeah, they had to cut costs somewhere, and it seems like... It's not like the screen seems terrible or anything, but it doesn't seem like it's that great, honestly. I don't care about, like, the resolution so much for a screen that small. It's, you know, 1280 by 800, whatever. That's fine. But it really would have been nice to have, like, an OLED model or something. Alright. Live. Okay. I think you get extra lives by rescuing hostages. I think that's the deal. Ouch. I don't know if it's just that I've been playing 2 hours of Golden Axe, but I'm finding this one less compelling than the last. Like I said, I don't know if that's just a little beat 'em up fatigue, but this to me feels a little more generic and a little less fun than the last one. A little more, I feel a little more autopilot-y, a little more like whatever. I don't give a shit. I should probably use my magic. I don't care. I don't know. This one to me is not as engaging, and like I said, I think it just isn't. It doesn't feel like much of an improvement over... 2 felt like an improvement over 1. It really did. In terms of presentation, this does not really feel like an improvement over 2. Other than the fact that there are 4 characters instead of 3. I do kind of like this crazy panther dude. But... like, it looks kind of ugly. Like the palette, I think could be best described as puke. Like, puke palette. I'm not liking all these ugly browns and greens. Music's not standing out to me. Okay, it's like oh, we added the branching paths, and that's fine. But I'm not like, whoa, awesome. Combat feels very similar to the last 2 games. I don't know. I mean, it's fine. Yeah. It just feels like... I mean, Golden Axe, I think, was never a super standout, like, oh man. It was just kind of like, you know, Streets of Rage's cheaper cousin or something. I don't know. But this one just doesn't feel like it really adds much. And I don't like this weird delay here when you do a magic move. It kind of takes you out of the action. I do kind of like that the shield dudes will actually use their shield. Like, who knew? It does seem to be a problem with beat-em-ups, though, making the 3rd game as good. I don't know why. I think I do know why. I think I know why. Here's why. This is my theory. They put out a beat-em-up. Okay? Like Streets of Rage, Double Dragon, Final Fight. Alright? And then they put out a sequel that just improves upon the first game. Like they get what wasn't great about the first game, or what could have been better. Whether it's the presentation, or, you know, they're better, more familiar with the hardware now, whatever. So they make a better game. Then they get to the 3rd one, and it's like, now it's getting redundant. Now we're later in the system's lifespan. Beat-em-ups are not as interesting. And so we have to mix it up somehow. So let's try to add something new and crazy. But it seems like developers back then struggled to actually stick the landing on that. You know, Double Dragon 3, they were like, let's add multiple playable characters, and, you know, they just messed it up. And, you know, Bare Knuckle 3 is fine, although there is stuff that I don't like compared to Bare Knuckle 2. Like, I don't know. I don't like all the weird story stuff in that game, and all the goofy cutscenes. I don't like all the robots. Like, I still like, whether we're talking Streets of Rage or Bare Knuckle, I still like 2 better than 3. What is going on here? So you get this kind of shit, like, when you get a 3rd game. You get this kind of nonsense. Like, in the first game, it was just, like, kind of a little breather. Like, they give you a little bit of magic, you know, at the campfire. Now they're like, we gotta change things up and do something crazy. And it's like, let's just have the dudes, you know what I mean? I'm telling you. They're like, we can't just literally make the same game a 3rd time. We gotta add some new stuff. I think that's the curse of beat-em-ups. There's a fourth game. Yeah, yeah. I guess so. I have found a lot of those fourth games to overall be pretty boring. Streets of Rage 4, I think it has a cool... It has good, like, art. But in general, I just found it to be boring. Double Dragon 4 I didn't hate as much as everyone seems to. But I kind of appreciated that they literally were going for this very NES look. But ultimately, it was also just kind of boring. Yeah, I don't know, man. Beat 'em ups. They're not like, they're not the greatest thing ever. I think that's the lesson for today that we already knew. But I still like them. I like the charm to them. You know, they do coast a lot on nostalgia, but that's fine. That's not a bad thing. I think what helps beat 'em ups along to me is like the pixel art, the music, and having a good like satisfying sound effect when you like beat it, you know, like good sound design when you're beating up dudes, which this game kind of lacks, by the way. You know, it's one thing I like about Streets of Rage 2. When you hit the dude with the pipe, it's like, you know, good music. Again, this game kind of lacks. Also, by the way, this game has consistently had the ugliest palette. It has just been brown after brown after brown. It's not pleasant to look at, and I hate how you walk faster than the screen. It's like they didn't accommodate it for the faster character. But I have to say that I think all things considered, I think 3 is my least favorite. Even though 1, it had some serious problems. But it had something going for it since it was the first. It was 1989. It was... I'm just kind of picturing someone playing it back in 89 and having it on a home console and it being kind of cool. This is 93. And... you know, I don't know. By then, there's, like, better stuff. Or was it 94? Either way. Wasn't as cool. Yeah, more of the same. Not as cool. I picture someone... like, I can visualize in my head someone in 1989 inviting someone over. Like, a kid inviting a friend over. And being like, dude, look how good this looks. Because the kid's just used to Nintendo. And it's like, whoa. But in 93, 94, no one would have really been that impressed by this. You know, it would have been fine, like you said, as a rental. But no one would have been like, whoa. I mean, Streets of Rage 2 looks better. It came out earlier. It definitely looks better than this. It's just, I'm like, alright. Also, they really didn't improve upon the actual gameplay. That would have been really where they could have focused in, you know? Instead, this gameplay just doesn't feel that great. And this is the same company that made Streets of Rage 2 earlier, so really, I mean, I don't know. Should have been better. I can appreciate them changing the palette as you move across the level. I always liked that, but they just chose the ugliest colors. Like if you're gonna do a sunset, use the Genesis's most vibrant orange. What the hell? What are they thinking? They could have made this look good. I do not like this ugly ass palette. Yeah. Not liking this game very much. Look how ugly that background looks. Alright, we're finally moving to orange, but why does everything have to be so dark and ugly? Whoa! The reason you like BNOS is because of the different mechanics, different AI behaviors that encourages different ways of thinking to deal with the damage, with the most damage you can get without getting yeeted. They can really make you think about every move you make. Yeah, for sure. There we go. We got a little color in the background for a few frames. Yeah. I don't know if I'd go that far, but it's just, this isn't a very inspiring game. Like, this goldenaxe 3, I think, would get the meanest thumbnail face from me. Yeah. You know what's BS? goldenaxe 3. Yeah. I mean, why add that? Yeah, seriously. Like, I'm so sick of looking at this boring, dry, brown desert with little hues of ugly-ass green. Ugh, seriously. Also, in general, something that annoys me about games is deserts are the most boring environment that you can think of, that I can think of. If I think, what's the most boring environment, I think of a desert. But yet, games add them. Even good games like Mario always insist upon a desert. I always criticize it. I always say, we don't need a desert. Deserts are boring. Why have a desert in a game when you could have, like, a fucking, like, gorgeous meadow with tons of color? Or a jungle with, like, a lake? I mean, yeah, I'm not saying you can't have a desert, period. But there's just so many better environments to make your game around. Oh, let's take it to the desert. That'll be fun. Yeah! And he's got the forearms to do it. Whoa, he's punching. He's punching. I'm biting. Ow. Okay. Game's not so great. Brandon, speaking of James Rolfe, do you agree with me? Like, I was thinking about this, that at this point he would be better off as a content creator if he kind of leaned into some of the memes and criticism against him. And like that parody video I sent you, imagine if he made one of those. I think it would be really funny. And it would show that he had, like, a sense of humor and, like, more self-awareness. Like, imagine if he made a video, like, you know what's bullshit? Creating content. You know, like, if he really just kind of leaned into it and, like, wore the egg, as they say. You know, you can wipe the egg or wear the egg. If he wore the egg, I don't know. I think it would be funnier and generate more interesting conversation, and I think people would find it more amusing than making, like, a per pals we whatever video. I don't know. You took a look at that infinite backlog site that's now compatible with RetroAchievements to write reviews. Yeah. Do you mean write reviews about games in general, or write reviews about RetroAchievements? Yeah. Right. This game's boring. Like, I'm gonna go until I game over just to see what all is out there in this game, but this game is fucking boring. Like, the environments are boring, the enemies are boring. Something about the game, something about the pacing is off. Not that Golden Axe ever felt like a speedy, you know, beat 'em up. You know, it was never, like, it's, like I said, it's not a really strong series, but, like, 2 didn't feel this redundant. Something's off. Something with the pacing is off here. Yeah, we have a color now. A strange use of color. I mean, I'm glad there's at least some... But again, it's green and the background's green. There's no, like, complementary colors. It's just like a green mountain with green in the background. It's just an ugly-ass looking game. Like, they didn't... It's just... This will be, like, my only playthrough of Golden Axe 3 ever, is what I'm doing here. I'm never gonna try to beat this game or anything crazy. Is that his tongue? Is that creature's tongue? Like, what's going on here? I do like it in beat 'em ups when you can knock enemies off the edge. It's always satisfying. Okay. Yeah, I know what you mean. I like the classics with James. I like his classic content. And I liked some of his, like, more, when he would just sit down and talk about a movie. But yeah, last several years have been rough for his channel. A combination of a lot of different stuff. But it's an interesting case study. It really is. It's an interesting topic. There's a lot of, like, fodder for humor, as well as just kind of, like, an interesting analysis of what can happen to, like, a once great channel, and all the reasons that add up to why. Not really being in touch with your fans, not really understanding what people don't like about the newer stuff. You know, there's some degree of just, like, the way that YouTube has changed, but it's not only that, obviously. It's just it's an interesting mixture of stuff. Oh yeah, the terrible, terrible band, Rex Viper. They're awful. They're truly awful. They've done, I don't know, 5-6 shows or something. Everyone hates them. Everyone wants them to stop. It's genuinely bad. Like, I don't even think defenders of Rex Viper, of which there's not many, I don't even think that they are arguing that it's good. I think that their point of view is like, he's just having fun, you know, and that's fine, you know, but, you know, you put something out there, people are going to criticize it. If they don't like it, if it's not good, people are always free and should always feel free to do that with anyone. And it's just, they're bad. And they did keep getting worse. Like, their first video, I thought, wasn't great, but whatever. Like, it wasn't that bad. But they did get worse. Like, the Power of Love video was really bad. And the one after that was worse. And a lot of their live shows are just, like, really bad. Like, they don't have good planning. Yeah. Like they don't sound good from either a technical level, or they don't have like the good audio balance when they do live shows. They're really noteworthy. Like, they're bad to a noteworthy degree. And you sort of combine that with a lot of other stuff, the unlikable crew at Screenwave, and it all adds up to just an interesting story. Also, I don't know if you saw his like behind the scenes video, but it was pretty crazy the way it was just kind of like, without him knowing it, it was an amalgamation of like every meme that had been leveled against him over the past, whatever, 3 or 4 years. And he wasn't aware of it. That was astonishing. Like, everything. Yeah, like, just the way that, like, the reason I'm not putting out good content is I'm having to back up everything on all these hard drives. It was very strange. He was talking about how he doesn't have time, my kids, the weird stuff taped to the ceiling, the weird, unnecessary manner of which he's trying to back everything up with hard drives, and this weird system he has built that's not needed. And just the whole thing was one meme after another, which he didn't seem to be aware of. Let's go up here. It was also just a lot of excuse making. It's like, if you really are passionate about something, you'll find a way. I know, I don't think there's any like evidence that he's ever been like particularly rich, but he has enough money and he has enough of a fan base where he could like rent out like a studio or something, seriously. And if he's struggling financially to be able to do that, he could start like a Patreon or something. There's so many options out there. When you think about the history of his channel and how much clout he has, or at least had, you know, in recent history, he could definitely get something going. Instead, it's just like, well, I don't have enough room, so I'm just not gonna do that thing that you guys want me to do. And here's my excuse why I can't do it. He could totally just rent out a studio or something, like JonTron does. Or like anyone does. And based on research I've done, he at least, at this point, he at least makes a 6-figure income. I don't know, you know, exactly when it's all said and done how much he makes, but he does make a 6-figure income doing Cinemassacre. So the idea that he could not have access to a studio, or could not start any kind of Patreon, or could not do anything to fund that is ridiculous. Yeah, so I feel like he wants to have his cake and eat it too. And what I mean is, he's clearly sick of it and burnt out of the channel, which I can understand that. I mean, but he wants to be sick of it and not put in the work and still be successful in terms of both making that his income and having a good reputation. It's like, you can't do all that. You know, if you want to coast, you can coast, but people are going to criticize you. You're not going to ultimately be as successful. Yeah. That was the other thing in that behind-the-scenes video that stood out, is like, he was talking about, he was citing, he's like, every once in a while, you know, we put out a big video, and he cited that, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas video, which was terrible. I couldn't make it through the Shrek one either, it was really bad. Nor could I make it through the per pals, per pets, whatever that Wii one. The lack of awareness is just really stark. Like, it really just stands out. You would think, that's the other thing, like, with Screenwave working for him, you would think that, there would be people on his team, Justin or whoever, who would say to him, hey, you should probably stop saying that you don't have time. People make fun of it all the time. They make fun of you for it. Every time you say it, they post about it. So just kind of just stop saying that. Or, if James does say it, I mean, if they're editing the videos, edit it out. Like, don't leave that in. And explain to him, hey, you said the thing that people make fun of you for. Yo, yeah, the episode 200 thing was terrible. That was a bunch of nonsense. That wasn't good at all. Really bad. You know, the Contra video was good, and the Last Ninja one was good. It's just, but it's crazy that, like, hold on, nice job. However, it won't be so easy next time. Oh no, I'm gonna have to fight you again. This game's terrible, by the way. I'm gonna keep going until I game over, but I just want it on the record that goldenaxe 3 is bad. And it's ugly as shit. Are you kidding me? This looks ugly as crap. Yeah, AVGN has definitely been a really interesting and crazy, steep fall from grace. For a very long time, I was watching Red Cow Arcade, and they were doing their breakdown on the whole Cinemassacre thing, and they pointed out something that was really true, which is for the longest time, James was like one of the only people, kind of, one of the only content creators that had avoided any kind of controversy. Oh, game over, thank God. I've never been so happy to see a game over. And for him to sort of just snowball downhill as fast as he did. What is this? Oh, it's just showing me my route. Oh, level D, huh? Well, I give, IGN gave this a 5 out of 10 with the Wii Virtual Console version. Yeah, I would give this like a 4. I'm gonna look at the achievement list, but I don't even know that I really have it in me to try to get any more in this. Get the good ending, get the bad ending. I'd rather get no ending. Do we have dual mode again? No. Versus, oh, is this dual mode? Or is this like a 2-player fighting each other? What is the deal? Do you unlock him? Yeah, sure. Computer. Okay. Oh, so yeah, this is what I thought. Basically, this is what I thought that dual mode was going to be in the previous 2 games. This once again looks ugly as shit. You can move up and down a little bit. It does look strange, yeah. The way there's all this kind of dead space at the top. Yeah. Also, like, the way that they did the pixel art in this is very ugly. It looks so dithered. Like, it's just, like, the way they drew up these sprites I mean, the characters aren't bad, but like the ground textures and stuff is just like, a straight checkerboard of 2 different colors. It probably, yeah, I'm sure it would look better on a CRT, but still, it's still ugly ass palette. Hold on, let's see if I can. Oh, I lose. You are not yet trained to fight. Come back when you are ready. Okay. It's a pretty bad game. It's not even centered. The logo is not centered. Even the background with the sky is ugly. This is an ugly game. This is an ugly-ass game. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. Revenge of Death Adder. Yeah, I'm gonna look that up. You have me curious about that. Maybe I'll stream that next time. This has been the Golden Axe trilogy. I do hope you guys enjoyed. I enjoyed... I would say the second one's the best, followed by the first, followed by this. And I'm factoring in both the time at which they were released, as well as ignoring that. Like, any way you slice it. I think 2 is the best, 1 follows, 3 is the worst. But I think that they're all pretty bad. I think this is a pretty mediocre series. It's no Streets of Rage. But if I were to recommend someone play one of them, I would say play Golden Axe 2. But anyway, let's go ahead and wrap it up here. Let's see who's live. We got a few people. I might as well do a raid on someone. Who be playing video games? That's the question. We got a bunch of people live, actually. Face on Fairy. I'm going to give her a raid. Let's give Phazon Fairy a raid. I would appreciate it if you guys would join me. And I will see you all soon, and we will play some more games. So, cheers.